Does traditional publishing fall into this process? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. It is time for us to define some terms because if you don't know the difference between traditional publishing and self-publishing, which is totally okay for you to not know the difference, this whole conversation can be very confusing indeed. So we were talking in a recent video about the difference between critique partners, alpha readers, writing groups, beta readers, ARC readers, all of those different types of levels of feedback. And this commenter says, where does trad publishing fall into this and how do I find ARC readers, or is this with self-publish? And so we're going to define some terms so that everybody can get on board with this. And I do this every once in a while on this channel because these things are confusing and we all are new to this process at some point in our lives. Traditional publishing is probably the process that you think about when you first think about publishing a book, or when you first learned that there was a such thing as authors who actually made these books come into the world. So this is where the author writes the book, edits the book, revises the book, polishes the book, sits with a writing group of other writers and gets feedback and incorporates that feedback, and then hands that book off to someone like a beta reader or an alpha reader and gets more feedback and incorporates that feedback, and then says, yes, I have made this book as good as I can possibly make it. And then they secure representation from a literary agent. And then that literary agent takes their book to publishers. These publishers won't take the book straight from you. There's a whole bunch of reasons for that, but the literary agent takes the book to that publisher, and the publisher then pays you money for the work that you have done. You do not pay traditional publishing for the right to publish, they pay you. So they pay you usually in advance, and then once you have sold enough copies to cover the cost of that advance, they start paying you royalties. Not every author earns royalties, but you do not pay back the advance if that's the case. So the advance is yours to keep. You fulfill all of your contractual obligations by turning in a manuscript that is publishable. You get to keep that money. Doesn't matter if you sell only one copy of that book and it's to your mom. Does not matter. You get to keep that advance. That is traditional publishing. So if we are talking about where does traditional publishing fall into this feedback loop, it is at the very end of that process. You have done everything you can to make that book as good as you can possibly make it. You're not actually done. You're going to need the professionals, but you don't pay them. They pay you. Now, if you are self-publishing, you're going to do all of those steps at the beginning in which you write the book and edit the book and revise the book and get feedback, and you go to a writing group and you incorporate that feedback and you polish it and you give it to a beta reader. Beta readers are usually readers, not writers, although this is not totally like a hard and fast rule, but they are usually readers, not writers, and they give you like, is this ready to go to market feedback? Would I pay money for this if I wasn't part of your beta reading team? And so they're giving you like thumbs up, thumbs down right at the very end of the process. So then once you're done with your beta readers, you will then put it through proofreading and formatting, which means you're not making any substantive changes anymore. And while it is at the proof and formatting, like these very, very last pieces, you can send it out to ARC readers. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy, or possibly Advanced Review Copy. Some people will use the R differently in there, but these are books that are uncorrected proofs, so they still have some typos and errors in them. But these people who are ARC readers should be professional enough to understand that they are looking at an uncorrected proof and that they are reading for substance at this point. They are not here to check out typos and to review based on that. But they are reading the book in the 6, 8, 10 weeks leading up to its release so they can post reviews online and help hype up the book before it gets released to the public. TradPub uses ARC readers as well, but it is at the same place in the process during the proofing and formatting stage, but that book has been out of your hands for a long time. Because reviewers are needed, whether you're in the TradPub or the self-pub space, they both use ARC readers, but you are much more heavily involved in the process of finding ARC readers at the self-publishing side of things rather than in the TradPub publishing side. TradPub publishing. The TradPub side, they might have people that they send them to like that are on a PR list, or they're probably going to have you help find some people as well, people that you know that can help hype you up, all of that sort of thing. But you are going to be totally and completely responsible for finding your own ARC readers when you're a self-publisher. In TradPub, depending on a bunch of different factors, they can be more supportive in that process as well.